Big welcome to Linda Jackson, CEO of Citroën. Thank you for joining us, Linda.
Thank you.
During that, Linda was feeding me stats and figures, particularly around Sébastien Loeb. But let's start with the huge news of Sébastien Ogier. And we had it last time. We heard from Pierre Boudin. What impact does that have on a team when you make that kind of signing?
It has an enormous impact because, you know, at the end of the day, you can have a great car, and you have the drivers, and then you've got the team that's behind it, and they need to be motivated. They need to really believe they're going to succeed. And let's be honest, we've not had the greatest 2018 season. So the news with that, I mean, it's just given a whole injection of excitement in the team. And we're really, really looking forward to it because we think the car's got great potential. Obviously, Sébastien and Lappi, both of them, the two of them together, and we think is a really, really strong mixture. And of course, it's just given a boost, tremendous boost, and we're just looking forward to 2019. We need to finish 2018, but looking forward to 2019.
And you could finish 2018 in this, you could finish this rally on the podium.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, Sébastien and Craig, fantastic performances. You know, at the end of yesterday, so Sébastien was 4th, Craig was 8th. And we're still in that position after this morning, after the incident with Tanik. So, yeah, fingers crossed we could get, we'd like a podium, really. That would be great.
And you were telling me about Sébastien Loeb and the stat there that he was, what was it, 20?
I think he was 27th or something like that, and he's come up to 4th. So, I mean, that says something about what a fantastic, not only driver, but also in terms of his consistency, his ability. I mean, it's just out of this world, isn't it?
I mean, he hasn't been in the Citroën C3 since April, and he hasn't been at this rally for 6 years.
I know, but that's a true champion, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is a champion that can just get in that car, and it's just natural to him. It's part of his DNA, and that's why he is such a fantastic champion, to be honest with you.
Will he be competing for you, Linda, next year?
Sébastien is part of the family. We say it's part of our PSA group family, and of course, there are lots of opportunities for him. At the moment, we're discussing what those opportunities, and he needs to decide. But I'm sure he'll be doing something for the PSA group.
Go on, Jules. I know you want to ask.
No, that was the question, because you've just gone on about how great he is and everything, and he is. Could you imagine having 2 Sebastians and Esa-Pekka Lappi in one team? Wow.
What a lineup.
I mean, what a lineup. But yeah, there's a lot of hope coming with Ogier. I mean, we saw what he did at M Sport. He turned them back into believers and winners.
Yep.
And that's what you're believing he can do with you lot.
That's exactly what we believe he can do. And you know, we need it. Because, as I said before, you know, you can have a great car, and we believe we've got real potential with this car. But at the end of the day, it's having all of the stars aligned, and we believe that Sébastien coming to us, and Lappi as well, because I mean he is a great young driver, 27 years old, got a lot to prove, and done very well so far. But we just think, hopefully, fingers crossed, because there's a lot of luck in this, that it's going to be our recipe for success.
And I don't think people, because Ogier and Loeb in the past have made winning look very, very easy.
Yeah.
But I don't think people realise how hard it is to win in such a competitive championship.
And we proved it this morning, because it's all about, things can just happen, and it's nothing to do with the driver. I mean, Tanik today, with what's happened to him, I mean, that's not his, it's not a fault of his, it's just happened. And this is why rallying is so exciting, isn't it? Because
we've been spoiled. We've had 3 unbelievable, amazing rallies, but an amazing year. But the last 3 rallies, this championship just keep. You want to be in it, as in having your driving in it, but the nerves maybe are a bit calmer watching other people's problems.
Yeah, the nerves are awful, and you know, you can sit in with the engineers, and you're watching the race, and you're on the edge of your seat, to be honest with you. And particularly for us, it's such an important part of promoting Citroën and the visibility of Citroën and all of those things. It's a real marketing tool for us. But yeah, sometimes it's like this.
Well, that's the thing. We sit here about the sport. I mean, I grew up in the sport. For me, it's all about rallying, but you're trying to sell Citroën C3s at the end of the day, and then you've got your customer program with R5s.
Absolutely. For us, you know, and people sometimes get slightly disappointed when I say, well, this is a business decision, as well as we may be very, very passionate about it. And of course, we are passionate. But at the end of the day, it's also a business. It's a business that we're trying to do. We're trying to sell 3s. We think having a C3 in the rally is a great way for us to promote the visibility and the awareness of Citroën. And therefore, of course, yes, it's a business decision, but of course, at the end of the day, we're also passionate about motorsport.
It's about winning, isn't it?
Let's be honest, it's about winning.
And Linda, how amazing is that to hear from a woman? I'm going to ask you from that perspective. How did you get to your position? Because in All Live, we kind of we big up the fact that we've got quite a strong female contingency, but you don't normally see that in motorsport. So tell me about your trajectory and how you've got to where you've got.
Well, I mean, mine is a very simple one, really. I mean, I started in this business, automotive business, when I was 18 by accident. I took a holiday job and I never left.
Really?
Basically, it's because I find it such a passionate business, you know, and it's not just about the product, which I think is an extremely sexy product, because when we buy a car, we buy it with emotion, 99%. But it's also the relationships that we have in terms of with our customers. It's such a wide thing that you can have. It's such an interesting, and of course you get motorsport as well. I mean, it's just a fantastic business, and I've loved it, and I've never regretted it since I was 18, and I'm getting quite old now, so I've been here a long time.
And during that time, we've had obviously changes to the championship, and the newest one in terms of the TV package is having this all live, basically exactly what it says on the tin. How much of a difference have you seen that make to the sport?
I think for us, from a manufacturer, all of the extra bits that are happening in terms of the coverage, of course, goes back to what I just said. This is a business decision at the end of the day. You know, I measure the success of this, of course, if we win, but of course, in terms of the return on the investment that I get, the money that I'm putting in to support it. So the more and more that we can make it visible for fans and across the world as well, because it's not just you know, we're an international company, so we want to push it everywhere. So the addition, for example, of Japan, for example, is also important for us. So for me, it's all about making sure that we're very, very visible, and anything that we can do to help manufacturers, because at the end of the day, that's what we're here for.
And you can sense your passion in it. It's amazing.
I know.
It's really amazing.
Well, that's it. I mean, but as well as we see yourselves, like Skoda, Hyundai, M-Sport, everyone has like an R5 program as well.
Yes.
And that is, again, to generate business. That's a business. The R5 is
Absolutely.
purely. And people buy a Citroën C3 R5 because they're aspiring to be Sebastian
Exactly,
Ogier, Pekka Lappi, or whoever, aren't they? So how are you feeling your C3 R5 car's gone?
And that's going very well. I mean, obviously, it's in early days, but we've already sold a quite good level. We've also got orders on hand. And we're well in line with our objective in terms of what we wanted to sell. So yes, it's going extremely well. We're very pleased, because it's also a sign, as you quite rightly say, that what we're doing in rally and the potential of what we're showing in rally is then enticing people to be able to buy the C3 R5. And also, to be honest with you, as I said, back to the old C3 and a C3 that we have generally to the general public, that's also a great success. So everything feeds everything.
Linda, thank you so much for coming in. I mean, one of the exciting things about the OJ signing, and Jules was talking heavily about it, is the indicator of Citroën's investment in this championship. So we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Hope your nerves are okay.
They'll be fine. I'm calm. Thank you.
Well, thank you.